Hey, welcome back for another episode of TED Shortcast. Today, I want to talk about direction in life. So, we've built up over here to discuss why are you doing something, the importance of yourself, understanding needs versus wants, and how sleep affects our day to day, our interactions, and so much more. So, now that we're starting to build this baseline, this foundation for moving forward and for growing, the next thing I want to talk about is to paint a picture. We've many times find ourselves starting something, but within minutes, sometimes hours, maybe days, weeks, or even months, we just toss it to the side because we find something else. Not because there was actually a thought process and we actually went through it and said, hey, I should pivot this way. Because you have shiny object syndrome. We have shiny object syndrome. I have it all the time. Things get me excited. I'm like, I should do that. But then I think about it, no, I shouldn't, because that's not my focus. That's not what I'm going towards now. And as much as you have your why defined, it's not going to be enough to help carry you through. And that's where I want to bring in the next exercise for you to work through and to understand how to better set yourself up for success. Now, there's different terminologies for this exercise. Some call it the perfect day exercise, some call it the plan of life exercise, and I've heard many other ways of presenting it. But the core concept is sit down by yourself in a quiet room, if that's possible, without music, without anything, and just write down and be honest with yourself. What do you want your perfect day to be like? What would it look like? What time are you getting up? Are you working out? Okay. Where are you working out? When are you working out? And go into as much detail as possible so that it creates a picture in your mind. Once you get to the end of that, you're now going to have a format of where you're going to in life. And feel free to revise it over time. That's fine. But make sure you have a plan. And the reason is because you don't have to wait till you get all that money, till you have that perfect job to make those changes and to start gaining traction and making that dream your reality. And I'm speaking from experience here. I've tried this. It's literally life changing because there are things in your life that you just don't realize that you have the ability to take care of now. And as you start checking things off of your list, you're building momentum. So today, you're down, you're upset, things aren't going well, maybe. Your neighbor's got it going well, at least on the surface. So when you take that time now, you've created a new life, a new focus for yourself. It doesn't make a difference what other shiny objects are there because it doesn't get you towards your goal. And your goal is written out on a piece of paper. It's not floating around in your mind somewhere where you can't seem to pull it out. It's on that piece of paper. Bonus points, write down your why. Why are you doing all this? What's the reason for it? And there's no wrong answer. Every person is doing something for whatever their reason is. Just because you saw on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, threads about what you should be doing with your life That doesn't make a difference. It's not your life that they're talking about. They're talking about something abstract. You got to do whatever is best for your life. What moves the needle for you? What gets you excited? Why are you doing this? And only you can come up with that answer. So by pairing those two together, you have an inborn or in built in motivation. Because once you see how there's the ability to start implementing that workout routine, maybe you're not getting to the gym that you want to get to, but you're able to do a little bit of a workout at home. Maybe you don't have, that perception of how you'd like to be able to spend all that time with your wife. But you know what? You carve out 5 minutes every night, just 5 minutes, staying consistently, and over time, it's going to end up growing. You're starting to take that picture and it's becoming a reality. It's exciting. It's very exciting. And there's no dream that's too big. There's nothing that you're going for that you cannot start today. You're going for $1 million? Great. You're going for $1 billion? Fantastic. Start saving that little bit. If you don't start saving a little bit, you're never going to save a lot. Whatever it's going to be, you break it down into small little goals. But you first need to have this down on paper. You need to have that written down, and you need to have this out there so that this is what you live by, because this is what you're working towards. It'd be foolish to go in with $1 million or $10 million into an investment banker and expect a specific outcome when you've not defined anything. Your life's the same way. There's a finite amount of resource, time. It's up to you to define what you want that time to look like. What are you working towards in that finite amount of time, that finite resource? How can you move the needle forward the most every day? What's it going to take? So I challenge you, take the time today, not tomorrow. If you have the chance, do it right now. Sit down with that piece of paper and a pen, not your phone, not digital, piece of paper and a pen. Put your phone on silent or put it away. Go to a quiet area, no music, and think. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be pretty. You want to rewrite it afterwards? That's cool. But get moving on that, because I promise you, this is going to change your life in ways that you cannot imagine. I want to thank you again for spending your time with me today. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. Have an awesome day and commit to making changes. Your life is going to be different tomorrow. This is Ted, signing off.